Hello everybody, so welcome back to Learn Biology, Chapter 12, Part 2. Okay, so in this section, we're going to start with the vegetative propagation. So in case you have forgotten, when we talk about the asexual reproduction, there are two types, right? 有兩種啦。Asexual reproduction, the first one we have talked in the last video, 就係講咗一個嘅 binary fission. And the other one, today, we're going to talk about the vegetative propagation. Okay, so vegetative propagation, usually we're talking to some flowering plants. 通常發生喺一啲嘅有花嘅植物嗰度嘅 flowering plants, alright? So they can reproduce asexually. 咁當然啦 remember, when we talk about a flower, it can produce asexually and sexually. 兩樣嘢都得嘅 alright? 好啦，咁然後啦 the vegetative pods, okay, 自己攞到啦 vegetative pods. 咁咩為之 vegetative 啊 ？Vegetative very easy, just like vegetables, right? So vegetative that means 係同佢本身嘅部分 ，OK 植物嘅部分 just like related to plants, alright? So the vegetative pods including 包括啲乜嘢咧？包括個 leaves 啊，包括個 stem 啊，個 roots 啊等等咧。So these can be developed into a new plant. That means we only take 我哋淨係拎咗 the leaf or the stem or the roots，佢就能夠 develop into new plants 嘅 ，alright? So and then some vegetative plants 啦，亦都會 act as 呢個 storage organs，會作為一個嘅儲存嘅 storage organs 啦 ，to store 呢啲嘅食物啦。So why do they need to store them？ 點解需要去儲存啊 ？Because to allow them 容許個植物啦 to survive under 呢個嘅 adverse conditions。指到一次啦 ，adverse conditions。adverse 即係意思代表係一個不利嘅環境之下啦，不利嘅情況之下啦。Alright? Okay, so we're going to talk about many food crops 啦。咁 crop 呢個字都係可學啦。Crop this means 通常係啲嘢耕作嘅物種。So that means usually for sale. Alright? As you can see, 例如 onion 啊、potato 啊、呢個 ginger 啊，呢啲咧 all of these 其實都係一啲嘅 crops 嚟嘅。It is for sale， 係可以賣嘅一個作物啦。Okay? So just to let you know, potato 佢係屬於 stem 啊、roots 啊，定係一定唔係 leaf 啦 ，stem or roots， 佢係一個 stem 嚟嘅。Alright, so you can put it down. So potato, we're going to talk about that very soon. So potato is a stem. Potato is a stem. So onion is also a stem. And what about ginger? Ginger is also a stem. Okay, so we are going to talk about how these food crops are, how do they reproduce asexually in this section. Okay, just keep this in mind first. 好啦，然後咯 the following, these 5 points are very important. Okay, 呢個自己打粒星啦。So this is the first part, put a star here. Alright, so this is the first part. I will need you to prepare for dictation. Alright, 呢一度係 Chapter 12啦嘅 first dictation. Okay, on point number 1 to point number 5. Okay, so we're going to talk about the point number 1 to point number 5 very soon. Okay, 今日啦，主要 what is it talking about？ 就係講緊一個嘅 process of 一個嘅 vegetative propagation 啦。你應該記得呢個 process 㗎啦 ，process 係代表一個過程啦。Alright? Okay, so first of all， 兩隻字嘅 two more words you need to know. So in the last video, we learned about favorable condition, right? 一個有利嘅啦，合適嘅環境啦。And the opposite, we just learned earlier. 啱啱先學咗啦，就係一個 adverse condition。Alright， 就係一個不利嘅一個環境嘅條件啦。Okay, so let's continue. 嚟咯喎。So first of all, 通常 usually winter starts. Winter 諗一諗啦，佢係一個 favorable 定係一個 adverse 嘅 condition 咧？自己括住 ，OK, put it down, and this should be an adverse condition， 得唔得 ？Alright， 然後啦 ，with the aerial parts。Okay, what does it mean by aerial parts？ 好簡單嘅啫。So that means above ground。自己寫低啊，喺一個改上邊咧 ，aerial parts aerial part 嘅意思 that means 係會 in contact with air 嘅 ，that means 或者簡單啲啦 above ground 嘅。OK， 好啦，自己寫寫啦。And then 一個 aerial part 真係 very simple， 就係你可以望一望呢幅圖啦。Look at this diagram. So where is the aerial part? The aerial part should be 呢一個部分啦 ，this area。OK，this shoot 呢一個嘅枝條啦，就應該係一個嘅 aerial part 啦。Alright， 好啦 ，so in winter the aerial part 會點啊？咁因為 unfavorable 嘅，因為 adverse 嘅，所以 it will die 啦。OK， 然後啦 ，there is an underground storage。underground that means 地底啦。OK，good， 地底啦，咁就會有一個 storage 啦，就會 remains dormant。一隻字讀一讀 dormant，dormant 即係等於冬眠狀態啦。So it is just staying immobile， 冇乜作用嘅 ，no reaction is taking place， 得唔得 ？It's waiting， 佢等待緊嘅。OK，so and then after some time 過咗啲時間之後啦 ，the condition become favourable 咯，開始好啲嘅情況啦。And then there is a new aerial shoot， 有一個新嘅 aerial shoot 出現咗啦。shoot 啱啱先同你講過係一個枝條，等得枝條啦。OK， 唔需要咩你地上徑啊呢樣嘢啦。So it grow into a new aerial shoot。咁由邊度 grow 㗎 ？Where did it grow from？ 佢哋會 grow from 一個嘅 buds， 由嗰個芽嗰度發出嚟啦。OK，so what is the concept of bud？ bud 一字好簡單啫 ，just look at a potato，and you know what is bud。好啦，其實就 zoom closer， you will see that。OK，for example here，OK，there is a dot here， 會有一啲嘅窿位嘅。So these are the buds of the potato。So the aerial shoots。So how do they grow from? They will grow from these buds into new aerial shoots。佢繼續慢慢俾佢發芽嘅話咧，就變成一棵新嘅馬鈴薯啦，或者薯仔嘅一個枝條啦。OK，the new aerial shoots of the potato from this area。OK， 好啦 ，so 然後啦，呢一個 storage organ，what is the function？ 有咩用㗎？就係 provide food 啦。OK，provide food for 呢個 growth嘅。好啦，除咗 other than the growth of 呢一個嘅 aerial shoots 啦，同一時間 another structure is grown， 另外一個 structure 都會 grow 咗，就係讀一讀啦，我哋叫做 adventitious roots， 讀一讀 adventitious roots。好啦，我哋會為之咩啊？不定根 ，that means it is not really a root， 唔係屬於個 root of the plants。OK，so we'll learn more about that later， 再遲啲再講啦。So this adventitious root, what is function again？ 係有啲咩用㗎？亦都係 absorb water 啦 and minerals， 就好似 normal roots 咁樣 ，just like normal roots。Alright， 好啦 ，so after the aerial shoot is grown, the root is grown， 然後啦，當然啦 ，the plant will start to develop 啦，咁就會開始有呢啲嘅 leaves 啦。Alright， 然後啦，最尾啦 ，it will become a new plant 慢慢變咗做，而 since the storage organ is keep on providing food, right？ 咁 at a time 去到一個時間嗰陣時 ，the food will be used up， 就會用晒啦 ，will be used up，therefore it will dry up 啦。OK，so after some time it developed into a new plant， 呢個嘅 storage organ 就會 use up 咗 the resources，use up 咗個 food 啦 ，and then it dries up。好啦 ，but how does the plant produce new food？ 點樣去製造一個新嘅食物啊 ？What is the process name？ 個過程名叫咩名咧 ？It is photosynthesis。OK，so the plant 而家係一個 new plant 嚟㗎啦嘛 ，it has leaves right， 有一啲葉啦 ，so therefore it can carry out 能夠做到呢個嘅 photosynthesis to make food itself 啦。OK，so some food is used immediately 會即刻用咗啦 ，and some food is transported 同埋 stored in 一個 new storage organ 啦，就會喺一個新嘅 storage organ 嗰度 ，OK，and then it will be stored some extra food。OK， 好啦，所以 is it difficult to remember this story？ 難唔難咧 ？Should not be difficult。Alright， 簡單嚟講就係 first of all 嚟到好快 summary 咯 ，very quick summary。First one 一個 adverse 嘅 condition，aerial plants 會點啊？會 they survive？ No， they will die。好啦 ，but then there is the underground storage， 佢哋會有一個 underground 或者一個地底有個儲存過。The underground storage is it doing anything？ Because adverse situation， 所以 not doing anything。Not doing anything， 我哋都叫做 dormant， 冬眠狀態啦。 好啦，然之後咯，and then 好啦 ，when the condition become favourable，開始係好嘅情況啦 ，aerial shoots will grow。So how does it grow？ 佢需要有一個嘅 food from the bud。bud 係咩嚟㗎？就會 take food from 呢一個嘅 storage organ 嘅，得唔得 ？bud 係芽，會發芽嘅芽啦。So it will take food from the storage organ to grow into 一個 plant。At the same time， 除咗一個 shoot 會 grow 之外 ，the adventitious roots will also grow。OK， roots 嘅話會做咩 ？What is the function？ Absorb water and mineral。OK，so after some time 過咗啲時間啦 ，storage organ 就會 use up咗 the food，and then it dries up。Last but not least，so does it mean the plant has no food？ 代唔代表個植物冇晒食物啊 ？No，because it can carry out photosynthesis to make food itself。Some food 就會 use immediately 啦，會即刻用咗啦 ，and some food is stored 會儲存咗啦 in 一個 new storage organs， 得唔得 ？Okay, so let's move on and look at the diagram。開始做個睇咯。So this first one, winter. At first situation, you can see aerial part dies. Okay, and then 然後啦 there is this spot, and the storage organ remains dormant 咗啦。係 spring 嗰陣時啦 ，so it's favourable condition， 然後啦開始 use 呢個 food from the storage organ for growth。Okay, so this is a typo, GROWTH, right？ 好啦，然後啦 there is a 開始有一啲嘅 new aerial shoots 啊，開始會出現一個新嘅 aerial shoots 啊。And then the aerial shoots will keep on using the food， 開始不斷用緊個 food 啦 from the storage organ， 然後會點啊？會 develop into green leaves， 會出現一啲綠色嘅葉啦。And then at the same time，會出現一個嘅 adventitious roots。adventitious roots 有咩用啊？會 absorb water and minerals 嘅。好啦 ，forming new plants use up 咗個 storage organ， 所以 it will gradually dries up。但係啦 ，eventually 最尾咯，佢就會 produce food by photosynthesis。然後啦 ，some food will stored in the new storage organ， 會喺一個新嘅 storage organ 嗰度儲存咗啦。OK。You can see the old storage organ is no longer used， 唔再用㗎啦。Okay, so this is the first part of the vegetative propagation. 接落嚟咧 in the following, we're going to talk about different types of 一個嘅 storage organs， 等得唔同嘅部分啦。Okay, so there are different types. Okay, and then this one, it takes some time to remember. 要用啲時間去記一記嘅。And again, just to remind you, use your own way to remember that. Okay, 用你自己嘅方法去記一記佢啦。Just like the PM me at 嗰個例子啦。Alright， 咁自己去揾一揾你自己嘅方法。Use your own method. Alright, so we're going to talk about 4 types of 一個嘅 storage organ. 佢哋係4種儲存方法啦。自己讀一讀咯。The first one 我哋讀 stem tuber。stem tuber。OK，example 就係薯仔啦 ，potato 啦。And then the other one bulb 就係 onion。OK， 洋葱啦。第三個 corn 就係一個例如馬蹄啦，我哋後邊會有例子嘅。Alright，we will say water chestnut。OK，and then last one rhizome。寫咗字啦 ，rhizome 就係 ginger 啦，薑啦。Alright, so we're going to talk about how they carry out 呢個嘅 vegetative propagation。嗱，再提一次 ，just to remind you, vegetative propagation 係 mitosis， 係 asexual reproduction， 得唔得 ？OK， 好啦，呢個 question 嘅話咧，呢度有少少嘅嘢你幫我寫啦，開始。OK，first of all, these 4 types 其實啱啱先 ，how can I tell you so quickly？ 點解我哋上面 Here you will see potato, onion, and ginger. So how can I tell you so quickly that they are all stem？ 點解佢哋會係咁快可以同你講係 stem 咧？原因就係 because first of all of these, all 4 types mentioned 都會係 they are all underground stems， 全部都係地底下邊嘅 stem 嚟嘅。Alright， 好啦 ，and then so this is just for you to know, and then we're going to talk about them one by one。可以逐句去講咯喎。嗱，記住啦 ，remember we do not need to remember the whole paragraph. This is another dictation number 2. I do not need you to remember the whole paragraph. 我可以睇一字眼 not whole paragraph. But just the key points. You need to know their differences. 你分得到佢哋嘅分別 ，alright? You just need to know their differences. 好啦，咁嚟繼續咯喎。嚟啦 ，the first one 指到多字 stem tuber。好 ，stem tuber. So what is it? Stem tuber 簡單嚟講 ，just remember the key sentence. It is 成句咯喎，係 swollen end of 呢個 underground stem。指到咗 swollen 即係代表腫脹咗嘅 ，alright? So it's larger in size, swollen 咗啦。Okay? So just remember this line is enough. 就係記呢句已經足夠啦。好啦 ，so we use potato as an example， 用佢作為例子啦。So it says that on the surface 代表表面啦 ，you can see a number of eyes。其實呢啲 eyes 係咩嚟嘅咧？呢啲 eyes 就係啱啱上次指俾你睇嗰啲啦。These areas they are the eyes, right？ 咁其實佢會係一個 bud， 有一個牙啦 ，and a scar 即係代表疤痕，or 一個 scale leaf。Okay？So the key point is 你記住乜嘢咧 ？There is a bud。Okay？ 會有一個牙喺度嘅，得唔得 ？Okay？On each of these eyes， 而仲會有一個有笪疤喺度啦，有個疤痕喺度啦。Okay？So after that we're going to look at the paragraph below。嗱，依家 first of all 你會覺得 a very long paragraph，but soon you will see that they are all very similar。係全部 all four types they are all very similar， 得唔得？好啦，睇一睇咯喎。Okay， so again under favorable condition what will happen 啦？即刻嚟咯喎，佢會 develop 咗 aerial shoots， 亦都會 develop 咗 adventitious roots。好啦 ，how does it develop？ 原因係點樣做到㗎？ They were using the food stored in the stem tuber。自己加啲字啦，容易啲去記嘅話。Okay，so they use the food stored in the stem tuber。好啦，然之後咯，so after it grow into a new plant， 成為咗一個 plant 啦，然後 the old tuber 就會 use up 咗 food 啦，然後就會點啊 dries out 啦，然後咯 the plant will make new food by photosynthesis，right？ 然後啦，呢啲 food 就會 transported 同埋 stored in 一個嘅 new tubers， 而呢啲嘅 new tubers，that means 其實 they are actually the new potatoes， 佢哋係新嘅薯仔嚟嘅啫。They are the new potatoes. Okay? So that means if you bury 啦，即係埋咗啦 ，bury 啦，你埋咗 a potato in the soil， 擺喺泥入邊啦 ，and after some time it will grow into multiple 幾粒嘅 several 啦嘅呢個 new potatoes 嘅，得唔得 ？And they are genetically identical， 係全部一模一樣嘅。Okay? So very easy, stem tuber 就係簡單嚟講 ，so this is the stem. Okay, so even it is underground， 即使喺地底嗰度啦 ，it is still stem。所以 do not have a wrong concept 係咩啊？冇一個錯覺啊，就覺得 if it is underground， 只要喺地底嘅話 ，it must be roots， 唔係嘅，得唔得 ？So even if it is underground， 佢仍然係一個 stem 嚟嘅，得唔得 ？Okay, so I think you know that. Okay, so can you eat the potato if there are some eyes or some shoots grown？ 如果有呢啲嘅發咗芽啦 ，if the shoots are grown, can we eat the potato? The answer is no, because you may heard from your mom or parents that because these potatoes are poisonous. Okay, poisonous 即係代表佢係有毒啊，得唔得？ And at the same time, you may think that, hey, I know one very similar vegetable. 你會知道一個好類同嘅 vegetable, and you think that it is also a stem tuber. 但係 for example, what is that? 你會覺得佢好似咩啊 ？Sweet potato. Sweet potato 係咩嚟㗎 ？In Chinese 就係番薯啦。Alright, so sweet potato. However, sweet potato is not a stem tuber. 自己寫啊 ，it is not a stem tuber because sweet potato 咧唔係屬於 stem 嘅 ，it is not a part of a stem. It is a root tuber. Okay, so we will talk about that later. 佢係一個 root tuber 嚟嘅，得唔得 ？Okay, if there is no question, let's move on. 好啦，嚟咯，去到第二個啦 ，bulb. Okay, 唔講其他例子住啊 ，we do not talk about the other example first. 好啦 ，first of all, definition 啦，又再睇睇啦。bulb 係啲咩嚟㗎？今次亦都係 underground stem。但係啦 ，some other 嘅 adjectives 有其他嘅形容詞啦 佢唔係 swollen end of underground stem 咯喎，佢係一個 short 好短嘅，而且咧佢係一個 vertical 嘅 underground stem。Alright， 佢係一個 vertical 嘅 underground stem。好啦，仲有多少啲嘢去記嘅 ？There are layers of fleshy scale leaves。OK，with store food。咁你可以大致上記到呢一句啦。首先可以諗一諗 ，OK，so again it is underground。呢度 there is， oh sorry。So there is a line here and onion is actually grown underground。OK， 佢喺地底度生㗎。OK，same as garlic 啊，呢個嘅我唔知有冇乾葱啦，你可能仲有冇聽過 one type of very very small onion。I think I'm so sorry I forgot the name。I'll see it. I'll remember it if I see it. Alright. Anyways，similar 嘅嘢啦，例如 onion 啊、乾葱啊、garlic 啊 ，they are all grown underground， 得唔得？佢喺地底度種嘅。But first of all 係一個好短嘅啦 ，a very short。相對地，it will not grow very long onion, right? So it's a very short. Besides, it's vertical。咩為之 vertical 啊 ？vertical 真係打直嘅，向上嘅。So it will grow vertically， 不斷向上生嘅，得唔得？ So it will not grow sideways， 佢唔會打橫生嘅 ，alright？ OK，vertical 向上嘅 ，OK，opposite 啦，相反係啲咩啊？就係 grow， 我哋會講啦，佢會 grow sideways 啦，或者啦，我哋會講 grow horizontally。OK，you will learn about this when we talk about 呢個嘅 rhizome。rhizome 係 horizontal 嘅，得唔得？陣間講啦。好啦，但係咯，其實有少少分別嘅喎。除咗佢係一個 short 嘅 vertical underground stem， 佢都有好多嘅呢啲。你 imagine when you cut an onion， 當你切一個洋葱嗰陣時 ，is it full of water 定係 very dry 㗎？通常都係 very full of water 啦，而且啦，佢哋係 layers 嘅，一層層嘅，所以我哋就會講啦，佢係有 layers 啦嘅 fleshy 都代表係肉質嘅 ，OK，very meaty 嘅感覺啦，好多肉咁樣嘅感覺啦嘅呢啲嘅 scale leaf，OK， 一塊塊嘅。Each of them, each layer， 我哋叫一塊嘅 scale leaf 啦，得唔得？好啦，呢度 look at the diagram first. So as I said, each layer 啦，我哋會叫做一個嘅 scale leaf，and they are fleshy， 咁咧佢哋係 fleshy 嘅。好啦，當然啦 ，the outermost layer 最外邊嗰層 outermost， 我哋就會係比較 dry 嘅啦。通常我哋都 will not cook this outermost layer，OK？We'll peel this off， 我哋會掹走佢啦。好啦 ，inside 嗰度。Always 我哋會留意到有呢一個部分嘅喎。So what actually is this thing？ 呢嚿嘢係咩嚟嘅咧 ？Actually 就係佢哋嘅 bud 嘅位置啦，係佢哋個牙嘅位置。And in the end， 其實真正好硬嘅呢個位 ，very hard area，this very hard region is actually the stem。而下邊啊就會有一啲嘅 adventitious roots， 得唔得 ？Alright。So again 好快咁講佢哋個 mechanism 喎，佢哋個 growing mechanism。寫啊，好啦 ，growing 即係代表佢生長㗎啦 ，mechanism 即係代表佢哋嗰個機制啦，得唔得？佢 growing mechanism，you find that it's very similar to the above， 好相似啦。好，睇睇啦喎 ，first of all 又係啦 ，favourable condition 嗰陣時會點啊？佢會 develop into aerial shoots， 然後啦，當然啦，仲有呢啲嘅 adventitious roots 啊，自己加落去啦 ，develop into new 嘅 adventitious roots 啊 ，using the food stored in the， 今次就唔會有 storage organ 啦喎。There is no storage organ。今次係點樣拎㗎？今次係 taking from the fleshy scale leaves， 就會由呢啲嘅鱗片嗰度啦，就會攞翻呢一個嘅 food 啦，得唔得 ？You can see the arrows，OK？So the food is going down from the fleshy scale leaves and then up for the aerial shoots， 俾個 aerial shoots 去生啦 ，OK？And then again，so it develops into new plants， 成為一個新嘅植物啦。It will produce food by photosynthesis, and then, food 就會 transported and stored in the bulb， 就喺個 bulb 嗰度就會係儲存咗啦。Okay, so after some time, this bud may also grow again into another new plant。佢會再去生變成另外一個 new plants 嘅。當然啦 ，as you can see, it is increasing the layer， 呢個係增加緊嘅層數嘅。So after some time, it will become another bulb。OK， 變咗另外一個 bulb 啦，而另外一個 bulb and then it will use the food from the fleshy scale leaf 啦，而家儲存緊㗎嘛 ，it's storing food now, right? And then it will grow into another new shoot， 新嘅枝葉啦，得唔得 好啦，some example you do not need to recite them，但係輕輕去諗一諗啦。Think about their form，諗一諗佢哋個生長形態。OK，how they grow，how they exist，點樣存在啦 in the nature 得唔得？好啦，講一講啦，例如 tulip 啦 ，tulip 就鬱金香啦。OK，有啲似水仙嘅，下邊有好似有講水仙係嘛？係啦 ，daffodil 啦 ，daffodil 係水仙啦，同埋 lily 咁樣啦。So daffodil should be more familiar to you. So daffodil is 水仙，水仙就係 in Chinese New Year 啦。Some of you may buy one type of flower, white in colour 嘅，咁然後 you just put them in the water，OK，and then it will grow。咁其實你會望到下邊有嚿好似百合咁嘅嘢嘅，下邊好似百合咁樣有一塊塊嘢啦。So it's actually one type of bulb，alright？然後最尾啦，lily 就係百合啦。OK。So if there is no question, let's move on to the next part. 第三個啦，只讀一讀，我哋叫做 corn。好啦 ，again definition。corn 亦都係喎 ，you can see that it's very similar to bulb。亦都係啦，點啊？佢係一個 short vertical 嘅 underground stem。但係今次啦 ，this time it is not fleshy scale leaves， 唔係 fleshy 嘅，而係 as you can see 呢個就係馬蹄啦，我哋叫 water chestnut， 自己讀讀啦 ，water chestnut。咁然後啦 outside。OK， 洋葱嘅 ，when we talk about the onion, it's already very hard. We will not cook it. 第一個咧係點㗎 ？This one is very very hard. 佢係一個 protected 嘅，甚至係 quite dry 啦。OK， 完全冇乜水分嘅一個 protective scale leaves， 得唔得 ？OK， 好啦，所以我哋會講咩啊 ？OK，so so this line is enough。但係啦，學多少少咯喎，其實 corn 係 they don't have fleshy scale leaves。佢哋冇 ，OK，they don't have this，but they have fleshy stem tissue。佢哋會一嚿過嘅 as a whole，as one tissue， 係一嚿嘢啫。OK，they do not have layers， 佢哋唔會一層層嘅。Alright，so as we said， 佢哋會有一個 fleshy stem tissue 啦 ，instead of 就係中文咩啊？就係而唔係啦，而唔係一個 fleshy scale leaves 啦。OK， 咁去到呢度咯，睇睇啦。Again, the top one 啦，最頂呢度啦 ，the top area is the bud， 所以你會知道啦 ，it grows vertically 定 horizontally， 都係 grows vertically 嘅，所以就叫佢做一個 vertical 嘅一個 stem 啦，係咪啊 ？OK，and the outermost layer 最外層啦，係一個 protective scale leaves。OK，protective scale leaves。好啦，入邊嗰個就係 fleshy 啦嘅一個 stem tissue 啦。好啦，但係留意一樣嘢嘅 ，OK，so lowest part 最低嘅部分啦，其實係乜嘢嚟㗎 ？What is this？ 其實係 last year 嘅 corn 嘅。That means 其實 each and every year 每一年啦，都係會 a new corn 會 grow 喺一個 old corn 嘅上邊嘅，得唔得 ？OK， 然之後啦就會有一個 adventitious roots 啦。Alright， 好啦嚟咯喎，咁然後啦 ，look at the two paragraphs again。有嚟啦 ，favorable condition， 呢個 food 就會 use 咗啦，要 transported 喺邊度啊 ？transported from 呢一個嘅 fleshy stem tissue 啦 ，to the 呢一個嘅 bud 嗰度嘅 for 呢個 growth 啦，得唔得 ？Stored in the corn 即係代表 stored in 呢個嘅 fleshy stem tissue 啊，自己寫一寫啦。Alright，so put back the details into these short paragraphs， 得唔得？Sorry， 好啦嚟咯喎，咁又啦。And then the green leaves develop, and then 又嚟啦 ，very boring 啦開始。Food made 就點啊 ？transported store 咗 in the new corn 啦。Where is new corn？ New corn 就喺邊度啊 ？New corn 就會喺 on top of the old one 嗰度啦。OK， 好啦，咁然後咯喎，我哋開始有少少嘢可以記一記啊。咁然後啦，就去到最尾嗰度啦，Okay, this is the last part of this the second last part， 第尾二嗰度啊 ，alright， 好啦，我哋會最尾一個嘅叫做 rhizome， 再一次啦。好啦 ，rhizome 今次 shorter 嘅 definition 啦，短啲嘅定義啦 ，is underground stem， 但係今次係點㗎？唔係 grow vertically 咯喎，佢係 grow horizontally， 佢會打橫生嘅。OK，so again，so where is ginger grown？ 亦都係 underground 㗎啦，但係其實佢會有另外一個 friend 咧，佢會點啊？sorry， 漏咗一樣嘢添。Forgot, sorry. So there is some example I would like you to remember. So just now we talked about water chestnuts, OK 馬蹄啦。 另外就有 gladiolus， 指到讀 gladiolus。The gladiolus is also another flower we buy in Chinese New Year， 就叫劍蘭啦。然後 taro 就係芋頭啦 ，taro 就係芋頭啦。OK， 好 ，and then go back to this rhizome 啦，佢係一個 underground stem horizontally 咁樣 grow 嘅。好啦 ，and then 佢係一個 friend，咁個 friend 就係一個啦，唔使講啦，我哋就叫 lotus。lotus 係咩嚟嘅咧？就係蓮啦，通常係講蓮藕啊。OK，so for ginger it's grow underground，係 soil 嗰種 underground 嘅 soil， 即係代表泥土啦 ，soil 係 on land 嘅啦。咁但 lotus 嘅話咧係 underwater 嘅，咁佢會都係 under 啲係 soil 啦，係 underwater 嘅，得唔得 ？OK，ginger 係 on land 嘅。而一個嘅 lotus 啦，係 underwater 嘅。OK， 好啦，咁然後啦就再講啦喎。So look at the diagram here。咁你會望到啦。OK，so how does it grow horizontally？ If you have a ginger at home， 你可以咁樣做嘅。You can try this out. So take, I will say arm. This one arm. OK，so take off the arm of this part. OK， 拍斷佢。And then observe the change, like after 2 to 3 days, or maybe after a week. OK， 等佢一個禮拜。And then you'll see that some new buds， 會有啲新嘅 bud 啦，會 actually grow horizontally， 會打橫生嘅。Alright， so you can try this out at home if you have a ginger. OK， 咁當然啦，啱啱新生出嚟嗰啲 ，is it called 紫薑咧？Not really. OK， so it's just new ginger, but 紫薑 is actually a different type of ginger. Alright， 好啦，有人講講啦。So it will grow 會仍然都會向上嘅 to a new plant。即係當然啦，佢會向上去生啦。But the rhizome 呢一個 stem 呢一個位咧，佢會係 grow horizontally， 得唔得 ？OK， 好啦，咁然後咯some new words 我哋可以學一學啦。第一樣嘢啦，佢會 grow 一個嘅 stalk 即係代表一個亦都係解枝條。OK， 唔緊要嘅，佢 grow 咗一個 new shoot 啦，你可以咁樣照樣寫翻，係一個 new 嘅 shoot 啦。然後啦，會 grow 緊一個 terminal bud， 佢會由一個 bud 嗰度係向上生嘅。OK，terminal bud 即係代表佢係一個terminal 你可以當作係一個站啊。OK， 你當係一個站。So for example, when you go to the airport, you have terminal 1 and terminal 2。咁佢會有一個嘅閘口嘅，佢會有個位嘅，俾你去到站啦。Alright， so there is a station. OK，so 或者佢中文同人講頂牙啦，如果對你有幫助。So it's like the outermost bud 最外嗰個啦。The bud will actually grow first， 佢會係最外層嗰個就會 grow first 啦。OK，so when it wants to grow new 嘅 rhizome 嗰陣時，當佢想生啲新嘅 rhizome 嗰陣時，it will develop into a new lateral bud， 就會生一個打橫生嘅一個 bud 嘅。So earlier I just asked you to pick off 去摘走佢啦，或者係拍斷佢啦。To pick off the arm of the rhizome, right？ 其實所謂個 arm 係咩意思啊？就係代表你拍斷咗一個嘅 ，you take off the terminal bud， 你拍斷咗佢啦 ，and then it will develop a lateral bud， 得唔得？而呢個 lateral bud 咧，即將 it will soon become the terminal bud， 得唔得？因為佢已經係最外層嗰個啦，最向橫嗰個啦 ，alright？ 好啦 ，and then just look at the two paragraphs again. Favorable condition develop into aerial shoots， 然後啦 ，and adventitious roots 啦，當然你望到㗎啦。with the food stored in rhizome， 今次係直接喺 rhizome 嗰度 provide 俾一個嘅aerial shoot 啦，同埋呢個 adventitious roots 嘅，得唔得？好啦，然後啦，呢一個嘅 terminal bud 啦，會 develop 咗 into 一個 flower stalk 或者 new shoots 啦 ，new plants 啦，得唔得？然之後啦就會 make food， 而 transported， 然後 transported 同埋 stored in 一個嘅 new rhizome 啦。咁 new rhizome 喺邊度有啊？就會 it will develop from the lateral buds， 得唔得？Okay, so that's all for this stem tuber, or we will say 呢啲 underground stems 啦，上面同你講咗啦。Underground stem 嘅一部分 we have mentioned 4 things. Okay, so first one 記住啦 when you want to recite this part, you just need to recite the very simple definition， 淨係幾句嘅 definition 啦。下邊一個 the details below is actually very similar to the previous page， 同你上一版係極相似嘅。When we talk about the cycle， 當我哋講個循環嗰陣時啦。Alright, so not that important. Okay， 咁然後就that's how we learn this part. 但係啦 one more thing is that we need to remember the examples， 輕輕記一記啲例子啦。Okay, so we'll go through the stem tuber, the bulb, the corm, and the rhizome. 得唔得 ？Okay. So the remaining part we'll go through very quickly. Okay, in 5 minutes， 大概5分鐘就講完㗎啦。Okay, and then the next one we talk about the roots， 得唔得？會有一個 root tuber 啦。我啱先同你講咗，就係佢they are all underground stems, right？ 包括呢4樣嘢啦 ，these 4 things。但係啦 ，some other plants， 例如係 sweet potato 啦，佢會係有一個嘅 root tubers， 自己嗰度啦 ，root tubers。咁即係簡單嚟講就係佢哋係一個 swollen end of the roots， 而唔係 swollen end of the stem 啦，得唔得？佢係 different from potato 嘅，得唔得？佢係有一個 enlarge 咗啦 ，enlarge just like the swollen we learned earlier， 就係 swollen 啦 ，swollen end 啦。得唔得 of the roots？ 好啦 ，besides they are also fleshy 啦，係會有好多肉喺度嘅。They are also fleshy。好啦 ，and then last part 就係除咗呢一個嘅 vegetative propagation 之外啦 ，so there is another type of vegetative propagation。上面講嗰啲 they are all natural， 佢哋係自然嘅 ，OK？But now there may also be artificial vegetative propagation。嗱，唔好睇少呢 part，OK？Do not overlook this part， 唔好睇少 ，OK？This part is often tested， 經常性考嘅 for 1 to 2 marks，alright？ 咁啊，我哋就會讀一讀啦 ，artificial vegetative propagation，alright？ 好啦 ，so what does it mean？ 簡單嚟講 ，artificial 嘅意思即係俾佢人工嘅，係 made by man， 係由人去做嘅啦。所以啦，學一學呢啲字啦 ，learn these words， 自己讀一讀 agriculture，agriculture 中文即係農業啦。And then another one, horticulture， 讀到啦 ，horticulture 就係園藝 ，OK？ 好啦 ，so when we want to produce 呢啲嘅 plants with desired characteristics， 自己讀一讀先啦 ，characteristics，characteristics 即係代表特徵 ，desired 係代表我哋想要嘅、理想嘅特徵 ，OK？So we want to control the characteristics，OK？We want to control the features of the plants， 得唔得？ And then 我哋就會用到一種方法啦。This method is called cutting 啦，截枝啦。咁我哋講插枝嫁接啦。OK， 好啦。And then so when we do cutting, you can look at my table later. I mean in the teacher's room. OK， 喺我個教員室入邊啦。So you can see there are some plants, and at least I think 80% of them are cutting plants， 得唔得？佢可以靠 cutting 去生得到嘅。So I'll show you the examples later, alright? So in cutting， 我哋會 take the leaf， 或者我哋會 take the stem 啦。OK， 我哋淨係拎一部分嘅啫。We only take a portion of them, and then we will cut it from the plant. OK， 然後啦 we will place them in water. OK，place them in water 目的係啲咩啊？係促生啲根啊，得唔得？促進啲根去生長啊。OK，to boost，to facilitate the roots to grow 嘅，得唔得？好啦 ，so when the roots have developed, you may keep the plants in water 啦 ，but usually 有啲 plants may not grow well in water 嘅 ，OK？So for those plants which may not grow well in water， 佢唔能夠喺水入邊生長得好好嘅話啦 ，so after the roots is developed, we'll put them in soil again. We'll plant them in soil， 得唔得 ？And then it will grow into a new plant very quickly，OK？ 其中一個啦 ，I have exactly the same plant here，OK？ 有一個一模一樣嘅。And this one is called the African violet， 我係叫紫羅蘭啦。This African violet is very easy to grow， 等得非常之容易去生嘅。OK，another one 就叫 Coleus， 咁洋紫蘇啦。I'm not very sure if it is the same as 紫蘇葉we eat。OK，anyways， 好啦，另外一個啦，自己可以睇一睇嘅 grafting。So it's on page 9。OK。好啦，最尾一部分 the last part really。好啦，最尾一部分就係點啊 ？This is a new method，OK，新嘅方法嘅。我哋會講啦 ，propagate，呢個係 biotechnology。That means we put technology in biology。我哋會一啲嘅生物科研啦 ，OK，advance 咁就會用到呢一種方法啦 ，to create 一啲嘅 plants with 我哋嘅 desired characteristics 啊，得唔得 ？OK， 咁就可以 that can be propagated， 即係 vegetative propagation 啊嘛，佢能夠咁樣去繁殖嘅 by this manner 啦。呢個 manner 叫乜嘢啊？我哋叫 culture，tissue culture。OK， 我哋會叫 tissue culture。tissue culture 係咩啊 ？tissue 今次都係啦，唔係解紙巾啦。This tissue means 呢一個嘅組織。OK，just like body tissue。OK。So we are taking the tissue from 一個 parent plant from 一個 normal plant， 然後啦 we put it on a medium，medium 即係代表媒體。So where is the medium? So medium is this jelly， 喺呢度有一個啫喱喺度啦。It's called a growing medium， 得唔得？呢個 medium 有咩咁特別啊 ？What's so special？ 就係佢會有 nutrients 嘅，同埋有啲嘅 hormones 啦。hormones 就係會 protein 啦，會 facilitate 促進咗個 growth of 呢個 plants 㗎啦。facilitate 促進咗啦。Alright， 好啦，然之後啦 ，so the tissue，the cells in tissue 啦，會慢慢 divide by mitosis。So it will keep on dividing and then it will somehow become 一堆嘅 masses of unspecialized cells。佢會變咗做一堆嘅冇未特化嘅一個細胞啦。Okay，so we'll learn this unspecialized word later， 得唔得？ So another easier way to understand what is unspecialized。Okay，unspecialized 即係代表佢未特化嘅。That means they're just like similar to stem cells. So i.e. that means they can become any cell。得唔得？佢哋能夠成為任何一種嘅細胞嘅。Okay。So and then next part, these unspecialized cells will become plantlets， 會啲細嘅植物啦。Okay。So once they become plantlets, they will be transferred 啦，去到 greenhouse 嗰度咧，去慢慢去 develop 㗎啦。Okay。So this is another way of 呢一個嘅artificial 啦嘅呢個嘅vegetative propagation 啦。除咗 cutting 同 grafting 之外。Okay。So the last part 我哋就會講到啦，呢一個嘅留意一樣嘢啦。I keep on mentioning this. Plants can carry out both sexual 同埋 asexual reproduction 嘅，得唔得？所以啦，佢 carry out vegetative propagation does not mean 唔代表佢 cannot carry out 嘅，得唔得？佢可以 produce sexually 啦，或者 asexually。Okay，we'll learn sexually 嘅 reproduction 咧係 in next section。Alright。So if there is no question, sorry for overrun for this section. 有少少重點啊 ，OK？So I overrun a bit. So this part, please do it yourself, and we'll check it in class. Okay? So thank you very much. That's all for this section, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.